He said no. He's controlling. He said to stop. He's controlling. He said his emotions. He's manipulating. He asked her to stop shouting. He's gaslighting. He asked her not to wear that clothes. He's manipulating and controlling. He asked her to stop spreading lies. He's a narcissist. He asked her to stop treating him and disrespecting him. He's abusive. He accidentally slammed the door. He's abusive. He took his jacket too hard. He's abusive. He slammed his keys down in the table and said enough. He's abusive. He's violent. He's a narcissist. He's toxic. Notice something. A man can't do anything without being called something.
Tell her no and you're controlling. Set a boundary and you're gaslighting. Raise your voice just once and you're an abusive narcissist. The checklist is so broad now that breathing in her direction is a red flag. How is a man supposed to keep dating women who live by this framework? Even if he does nothing but exist, there's still going to be a problem.
I can't, in many words, describe the anger and hatred I feel towards men who don't argue back. Like, what is your problem? Like, you're so fucking boring. Like, you're so boring. Like, how am I sitting there arguing, giving you my best lines, cussing you the fuck out, and all you can say is, "Are you done? Are you done? Are you done?" You're not clever. You're not witty. You ain't got nothing about you. You can't give me nothing. Like, you can't. There's no give and take. There's no nothing. There's nothing. There's no fire. There's no passion. You ain't got nothing. Nothing grinds my gears more than that. Like, I just don't want to fucking speak to you. Like,
she's indirectly saying she hates men who love peace. And in 2026, men are all about peace. So I guess she's looking for a teenage boy. The man who refuses to escalate an argument isn't broken. He's grounded. She's mistaking emotional regulation for a lack of substance. This is exactly why dating modern women isn't worth it.
He hates you. They hate us. Men do not like us.
Tell me about it. I try to have conversations with them and they get annoyed. Men don't like you, don't like women with personalities. They want you to just sit there and yes. And just sit like this while they talk about themselves. And we're just there to feed their ego and for them to go to their bros and be like, look at my girl, look at me. And then they marry you just so you can have their kids. And then for them to have regular sex. Oh yeah. And then for you to pay bills with them. That's it. It's really, for men, it's really just for their ego, for their reputation. It's just all that. They don't give a shit. They really don't like us, and they never will.
Men only want ego, kids, and sex. That's the whole thesis. Meanwhile, the man who actually liked her, respected her personality, and wanted something real got deleted because he was eating chicken wings, or wasn't tall enough, or set off one item on the narcissist checklist. The men they're describing exist because they keep selecting them over the ones they claim they want.
A man having a job is so unattractive. What do you mean you set an alarm every night to wake up early because Big Bossy told you so? Man, shut up! You go be Big Boss. It's embarrassing.
Fucking forehead is massive. Fucking 12-head. These birds aren't in touch with reality, you know, They don't want the average working fella. Because they think BR's putting up with that. So 99% of the world of men, they don't care about. But they'd rather have the billionaire that constantly cheats on them. It's all fucking backwards, Stay woke in these streets. Big burn.
The man with a job and an alarm is embarrassing. The billionaire who cheats on her is the goal. Women are delusional enough to the point of thinking that they deserve this type of a man without bringing any form of value into his life. A man with discipline, a work ethic, and a savings account is apparently beneath her. He's also the one building the company she told him to go buy.
If you're talking to a guy that claims to be interested in dating you and you say something like, oh, I'm going to get my nails done or my hair, I'm going to the mall, and he does not offer to send you money to contribute to that, you need to block him, and you need to block him quickly, okay? We don't have time to be talking to men that cannot contribute to our lives, even in the smallest of ways. Not in this economy.
She mentioned a shopping trip. He didn't reach for his wallet unprompted. She blocks him. Not a red flag about his character, not about his intentions, not about how he treats her. The nail money didn't arrive. She blocks him. The man who survived this evaluation wasn't thoughtful or generous. He just happened to have the reflex. That's not a standard. That's a vending machine test.
I feel like a lot of women say they want a man, but a lot of the time what they actually want is a man filtered through female expectations, meaning they want a man to be masculine when it benefits them, but feminine when it inconveniences them. So you want him to protect, you want him to provide, to lead, to carry pressure, to make you feel safe, to do the hard things. You want him to take on responsibility. You want him to be strong when life gets ugly. But the second his mind doesn't work like yours, now that's a character flaw. And this is where I think women deeply misunderstand men, because men accept a lot about us even though they don't relate to us. They accept that we're emotional, that we overthink, that we're cynical, that sometimes we need a lot of reassurance, softness, patience, repeating, comfort. They accept that there are things that deeply matter to us even though they might not naturally prioritize those things. Things like presentation, atmosphere, detail, emotional tone, aesthetics, how something comes across, gift wrapping, how the home feels, how something's worded, how the conversation landed, the subtext, the vibe. A lot of men do not naturally think like that. Not because they're bad, not because they're lazy, not because they don't care, but because they are not women. And I think women really struggle with that truth. Often a man can do something for you, and because it wasn't done in the exact way you pictured it, you act like you failed. You wrapped the gift, but not beautifully enough or aesthetically enough for you to post on Instagram. You cleaned the kitchen, but not your way. Maybe you didn't fold the tea towels the way you like them. After the children, but not with your exact rhythm. But I also think some women turn mental load to he didn't perform my internal script exactly how I wanted. Those are not the same thing. Sometimes what we call lack of help is actually lack of control over how it was done, and that matters, because if a man is genuinely neglectful, that's a different conversation. We're not talking about weaponized incompetence. Those are children and terrible men, and you should stay away from them. I can't even imagine. But if he is helping, showing up, carrying weight, doing things to protect you, providing, taking burdens of you, and your main complaint is that he does not think exactly like you, he's not as organized, or his way doesn't make as much sense as your way. The issue might not be his lack of love, it might be your lack of respect for difference. And I think this is one of the biggest reasons men constantly feel criticized. A lot of them feel like no matter what they do, it's still wrong. It wasn't done in the female coded way. And then women say they want masculine men while resenting masculine traits. You cannot ask for a man who can shoulder pressure, stay steady under stress, make hard decisions, move with logic, not collapse every time life gets unfair, and then be angry that he doesn't process every detailed emotion and tasks the way you do. That is the trade-off. Difference is not always dysfunction. And again, people miss my point here. I'm not saying women should shut up and accept crumbs. I'm not saying men shouldn't improve. I'm not saying women are irrational and men are perfect. I'm saying men and women keep trying to turn each other into themselves and then calling the result love. It's not love, it's control. Love is understanding what the other person is, what they naturally bring, what they can naturally struggle with, and building a life that honors those differences instead of constantly punishing them for not being you. Because if you want healthy marriages, healthy homes, healthy children, peace between men and women, then at some point we have to stop treating differences like a defect. Men are not women, women are not men. That is it. It's not a flaw in the system, that is the design. And if we stopped fighting that so hard, we might actually get somewhere.
This is the most valuable 3 minutes in this entire video. She said what most people won't say publicly, and she landed every single point. They want men strong under pressure, but expect men to process every detail like they do. They want men to lead, but challenge every decision. They want masculine traits when it benefits them, and feminine traits otherwise. That's not a relationship. That's a man being asked to be two different people depending on which version she needs that day. A man who moves with logic isn't broken because he doesn't move with emotion. Build with someone who respects what you are kings.
Can someone explain to me how a man can work all day to keep a woman home nice and comfortable and he'll come home to no punani, no home-cooked meal, and a dirty house? I mean, isn't the whole point of staying home to help make the person who's working all day's life easier?
This is why kings chose peace over dating. There's just not enough reward to justify the risk of investing your time, energy, and money into someone who won't even cook or clean for you.
I'm never going to understand men thinking that a woman is ran through and worn out because she slept with X amount of people. How is it different than sleeping with the same person a million times? I just simply do not understand. I never have. That's like saying that your PP is shaved down after multiple uses. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's not it's not a thing. Like, do men actually believe that, or are you just so stressed out that she's probably had bigger? Like, is that why?
She used a plumbing metaphor to explain away accountability. Creative? The argument isn't really about anatomy. It's about what consistent choices reveal about priorities, patterns, and what someone values when nobody's watching. That's the actual conversation she skipped. A man who knows what he's selecting for doesn't need to debate the metaphor. He just knows what he wants and moves toward it.
Y'all want to know why women think that all men ain't shit? It's because they so used to dating ain't shit ass niggas. So they try to define every man that they date or every man in this world as an ain't shit ass nigga. My thing is, y'all don't ever want to date outside y'all box. Y'all don't ever want to go to the men that y'all consider as lame and corny because they don't fit a certain stigma. But y'all love the ones that be on the streets and that don't got nothing going for themselves. And then y'all want to sit over there and classify every single man as an ain't shit ass nigga. Yes, it has a lot to do with your standards and the men that you're choosing. There are some amazing men out here. Y'all just think that they too lame. See, I was listening to this dude talk, right? And I was asking him, like, why you don't date, black women? Y'all know this man told me that the reason why he don't date black women is because y'all classify him as lame. And the things that he like, y'all consider that as lame because he like to watch anime and some other shit. But black women be thinking that certain things be lame. I bet if y'all start dating outside y'all box, y'all will have a different view on the whole saying that all men ain't shit. Go pick the ones that you ain't used to dating.
She said it better than anyone else in this video. You keep going back to the same section of the menu and wondering why the meal keeps disappointing you. The man who watches anime, has a good job, and a stable life got classified as lame in 2018. He's doing extremely well now. She's still eating the same meal and reviewing it poorly. The problem was never the menu. It was the order.
I still stand by the fact that my husband is the ugliest man that I have ever met 5 years into our marriage. If you are single right now, it's because you want to be attracted to your partner, and that is just not realistic. I don't know how many times women on this app are going to have to say it. Find an ugly ass man and marry him. And I'm not talking about a guy that just needs a little brush up, okay? I'm talking about a terminally unattractive man. I sleep with an eye mask at night so that I have time in the morning to mentally prepare before I make eye contact with my husband. But here I am, married, and you're not, so who's laughing?
She sleeps with an eye mask. He's terminally unattractive by her own account. They're married and she's thriving. She comes online and says such things about the man she got married to just to get some views. And the fact is that all of these modern women can do this just for attention. Why get married to someone to get this in my FYP?
I was just talking to a friend about this, and it made me realize why dating sucks so much nowadays. It used to be like when you would meet someone, it would be like you would have mutual friends, or at least you would have some mutuals. So they had an incentive to treat you somewhat well, because if they were weird, everybody they knew would know. Nowadays, you meet on the internet, or you are basically strangers, and so they can act like however they want to because nobody they know will ever find out how weird they are to women they're interested in. It just really made me think.
She identified the real problem. No accountability, no community, no social cost for bad behavior. She's right. The old system had friction built in. Treat a woman badly and mutual friends would find out. Now it's anonymous and consequence-free. The man who moves with integrity regardless of who's watching is the rarest person in this market. Be that man, not because it's noticed, because it's who you are.
I drove a bachelor party on Friday, followed by a bachelorette party on Saturday. And here's the two things that were different. The guys just went out on a boat ride followed by a restaurant. They called the night early because they wanted to wake up early and be productive. They handled their alcohol responsibly, left the back of the limo spotless. Bachelor dude was super cool, tipped me $3 bills and we exchanged contacts. The bachelorettes were a totally different story. I picked them up and they were already drunk, spilling tequila, breaking glass. The back of the limousine was trashed before we even got to the first club. They kept asking me to pull over so they could throw up. They're engaging in dancing with men in their proximity. They want to club hop until the sun comes up. And by the end of the night, when it was time to leave the last club, 3 of the girls didn't come back with the group. But I'll leave that up to you guys to decide what you think happens.
The limo driver did the work for us. Same weekend, same occasion, different outcomes. The men went home early to be productive. The women lost 3 members of the group by morning. This just shows how different the priorities are on both sides. A man trying to build something meaningful has nothing to do with someone who got such priorities. Build smart, move with discernment, drop a like, share this with a brother who needed to hear it, and subscribe. See you in the next one.